Hello, this is Ren, and this is Hex Shards of Fate for the PC. It is a digital card game, one I have played a little of before in the past, but I didn't get a lot of time to put into it, and since then a fairly substantial PvE section of the game has been introduced. I believe it's fairly substantial anyway. It's definitely more than it was when I played it before. So while I have played this, I don't have a massive amount of experience, and it's been a while, so I'll have to sort of remind myself how to play. The main reason I thought I'd check this out is because of the PvE content. I'm not a massively competitive player. I will play games against other people who are like my friends and stuff, but I'm not really particularly interested in tournaments or winning money or anything like that. It's just not my bag. As I said, I'm not massively competitive. Anyway, so I thought I'd check out the PvE side of this game. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I've happened to find a decently in-depth guide online. The people at Team Clockwork have put this guide together. I will link to their guide in the description in case anyone wants to check it out. But I will be following their guide and seeing how everything goes. Anyway, so you start off here at the campaign screen. Well, the main screen, and the campaign is the option, so grab that. Okay, so you get to create your own champion. So from what I understand, male and female is purely just cosmetic, as it probably should be. Choice of Ardent and Underworld factions. The Ardent is the name of the alliance formed by the major surface races of Entraf, which is the world this game is saying. The humans, elves, Kyoto and Orc reluctantly join together to defend against devastating underworld incursion. Then you have the Underworld, which apparently is where the incursion is coming from. The Underworld is the name of the alliance formed by the major subterranean races of Entraf. Did they spell their own? Yep, I think they've spelled their own name wrong. Anyway, the hostile and destructive creatures below the surface would have never joined into a single force without a single defining event, the arrival of Hex. Okay, so this game has some lore to it. I don't exactly know what it is. I don't know what the arrival of Hex is. If we can find out as we go, we will probably do so. So let's see. So first what I'm going to do is try and decide on a race. So you have the humans. I don't know if descriptions. Okay, so okay, so you get the human, cleric, or cleric, to cleric. Probably going cleric, but I'll have a quick look at the rest anyway. So warriors. The warrior class emphasizes sheer power in its most basic forms. Defensive effects, aggressive effects, and a heavy concentration of talents that bolster your troops. At higher level, the warrior rewards the player who is deeply engaged in the equipment system. Finally, the warrior features several optional free talents that propose a double-edged sword, giving them a somewhat unique form of customization. The mage. One of the most skill-intensive classes, the mage offers a lot of options in the form of spells. The mage class has various talents that generate spell power that can then be consumed to produce different magical effects. At higher levels, the mage tree splits into destruction magic and life magic, but unique rewards are also conferred upon the mage that decides to incorporate a balance of both. Finally, Mage offers a few talents that provide benefits to decks with a moderate to heavy number of action cards. So then it has some lore on your sort of race and class combination, but I think I'm going to go boring myself, and I'm going to go human cleric. The cleric class offers the most defensive strength of all the classes, making it a solid choice for anyone, including new players. Hello. Human clerics combine martial combat and the healing arts. They are dedicated to ridding the world of undead, a job made more complicated with the arrival of the meteor hex and the rise of the necrotic. So abilities. With the ability to acquire talents that gain health, grant extra lives, or provide other defensive effects, a cleric can become almost impossible to take down. At higher levels, the ability to survive the early game can also be complemented by talents with powerful late game effects. The cleric has a healthy amount of talent options that enhance their troops, as well as the option to snag a few talents that pay off big for a deck that features artifact and constant cards. Okay, so the male doesn't look too great. The female at least looks cooler, so I may go with the female character. So in the guide that I'm reading, this is what the guide has to say about humans. They go over each racial type, but for humans, consider playing if you enjoy the idea of several smaller troops working in conjunction to make bigger troops. If you like cards, start out weaker and get stronger in time. If you enjoy being able to try out a wide variety of cards, you like being able to shift from an aggressive strategy even, to a defensive strategy. Oh, that word. Easily based on the need of your challenge. Challenges for this race, however, is they're resource dependent. You may not have the right resources at the right time, and cards can take a while to get going as you build up your smaller troops into larger troops. Yeah, so that's interesting. So my other option was probably an elf, but I think a human cleric is probably a good start for me anyway. Probably a mistake, but guess we'll see. So as we get down to the let's see what the guide does say about a human cleric. So the pros of a human cleric: cleric synergy. Human cleric troops synergize extremely well with the cleric class, allowing powerful combos. Sounds good. Shard versatility. Human clerics can build defensive or aggressive decks thanks to their focus on aggressive ruby and defensive diamond/sapphire cards. Sounds good to me. Cons: weak prey. Humans have a less useful prey racial ability, which is only useful in a small set of encounters against undead opponents. Which, yep, I guess that is the case, but it's fine. We'll try and work around it. So talents: prey, basic, 2. Trying to remember what that means. I'll figure it out as we go. 2. Create 2 blessings and put them into your deck. If you began the game with 100 or more cards in your deck, create 2 additional blessings and put them into your deck. I don't think I'm going to start with 100 or more cards in my deck. I don't believe that's wise. Maybe there's builds out there are good for that, but I think sticking to 60 is usually your best bet. Heroism, racial talent. Dungeons +1 starting and maximum hand size during dungeon boss encounters. Might be useful. Intellectual pursuits. You earn an additional 5% experience. You earn an additional 3% gold while at maximum level. Enhanced blessing holy powers. Your blessings have a random opposing undead gets -1 attack and -1 defense. Okay. Well, do that. Okay, let's try typing again. Thank you. It's champion. Ah, a fresh face. Renee's reporting, Captain. I was told that a young cleric would be arriving this morning. I see from the mud on your boots that you have come straight from the road. Tell me, what brings you to this remote outpost? I'm not really sure. I guess I'll figure it out as I go. I suppose that's honest enough, though I must warn you, recruit, this is a dangerous world. If you do not resolve yourself to a cause, then circumstances will choose one for you, in ways that are violent and cruel. I appreciate the advice. Ren's Citadel, where you now stand, was named after the great King Ren. Good name. He was known to be a bit of a wanderer in his youth. He eventually found his course and became one of the most courageous and beloved monarchs in the history of humankind. Perhaps you can find inspiration in his example, as did those in the Ardent Alliance. What is the Ardent Alliance? Didn't pay attention to your history classes, recruit? I can relate. I was always imagining myself swinging a sword when the master was droning on about this or that. So what was I talking about? Ah yes, the Ardent Alliance. I suppose it all started with the arrival of the meteor that smashed into the planet about 2,000 years ago. We call it Hex now, and as you're well known by glancing at the night sky, the meteor has become like a second moon. If it smashed into the planet, how is it a second moon? Well, I guess we'll find out. The impact scattered hexing gems throughout Entraf, which have strange magical properties we're still trying to decipher. Of course, Hex didn't just bring the hexing gems to Entraf, it also brought the necrotic, alien fiends who inhabit the corpses of fallen humans. 3 centuries ago, the necrotic organised the various enemies of humanity and invaded the surface world. The human realms could not repel the underworld invasion alone. We were already close allies of the Kyoto, but it took some impassioned diplomacy to persuade the isolationist elves to join the fight. Things became so dire that we even convinced the orcs to join humanity's cause. The burgeoning coalition of surface races known as the Ardent Alliance did manage to push back the underworld incursion, though it took a great sacrifice on the part of King Ren, the beloved human monarch for whom this very citadel is named. He gave his life so that the Ardent would have the strength to force the enemy to retreat. Though the world is no longer engaged in a full-blown global war, the Ardent Alliance must remain ever vigilant. Just because the underworld is no longer clawing at our gates does not mean they aren't planning another incursion, likely more ferocious than the last. As much as I would like to walk you through the Citadel and get you familiarised with what is expected of you, my duties call me elsewhere. I believe Gareth K has some time this morning to show you the ropes. Your first assignment is to find him. Where would I find Gareth? The Citadel isn't large, you shouldn't have much trouble. Ask around. Gareth's voice is... how do I put this charitably? It has a distinctive echo, hard to miss. Very well, thank you, Captain Cedric. Don't wander off too far, recruit. I have a feeling I'll have an assignment for you sooner rather than later. Farewell. Hint. You can quickly navigate a city to find characters to chat with, or click and drag on the screen to move left and right to explore. Click on a character to speak with them. They might give you a quest, reward you, or challenge you to a fight. So, there's Gareth K. Everyone. Does seem to be the only person here. So, guess we'll say hello. Greetings, I am Gareth K. Say, are you the cleric I was told would be arriving today? You don't exactly dress the way I thought a cleric would dress. No offense intended. Boy, that was kind of a dumb thing to say, I'm sorry. Oh, my name is Gareth K. Wait, did I already say that? I am Renee's. You seem a little distracted. What was that? Sorry, one of the other guardsmen thought it would be funny to wake me up this morning by clanging two swords over my head. I was supposed to be on duty, yes, so perhaps I deserved it. In any case, my ears are still ringing. Did you say something? I just asked if you, No, really, never mind. Haha, that's a good one. Have you had breakfast yet? Wait, it's afternoon, isn't it? Sorry, I was on guard duty last night and my inner clock is all out of whack. Are you thirsty? I can show you where the water barrels are kept. They're usually pretty good about scooping out the worms. But if I were you, I'd check your cup anyway before you take your first sip. Gareth, is there someone else here who can... Oh, hey, I was just about to step into the sparring ring. I was going to take a few whacks at a practice dummy, but you'll do. I don't mean to call you a dummy, I mean it's better to practice against a live person than a block of wood with a hat on it. You know that's what I meant, right? Swinging a sword at your head sounds like a great idea. I mean, sure, I'll spar with you. Excellent. Gareth's inspiration, basic, diamond and sapphire, free, whatever that means. Target troop gets +1/+1 this turn. Okay, let's get this battle beginning. Hopefully I will actually remember how this game is played fairly quickly. Renee's versus Gareth K. Would you like to draw first or play first? I will play first, why not? You can redraw once for free, and then if you choose to draw again, you will be dealt one less card. So, mulliganing, basically. Have some free costs here. Sure, you know I'll keep it. Why not? Normally there is a 7 card maximum hand size enforced at the end of your turn, but while in the campaign your maximum hand size is 10 cards. Okay. Let's see. So all these cost free. I suppose it doesn't really matter what I throw out. Sapphire. My turn. Okay. Yeah, back to my turn. So throw a sapphire down, let's throw down a diamond. And so I have my power here. Pray. Create 2 blessings, put them into your deck. Fortunately, my blessing is only really good against undead, I believe. I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, here my turn. Adamanthian Scrivener. 1 cost human cleric troop. When this or another troop enters play under your control, gain 1 health. 1/1. Too bad. My turn. Okay. So I can actually finally play something this turn. Not that one. Because that's a aura. Yeah. Oracle Song. Target champion draws 2 cards. Phoenix Guard Trainer Inspire as another troop with cost equal to or greater than this troop's cost enters play under your control. That troop gets flight. Sounds pretty cool. Protectorate Clergyman. As another troop with cost equal to or greater than this troop's cost enters play under your control, that troop gets +1/+1. Okay, so I'm going to play a Sapphire and throw out the Phoenix Guard Trainer. Excuse me. Mindcaller. When this troop enters play, choose a card in your hand. That card gets cost -1. Nice. Prosperity. Okay, so I will throw down a diamond. So now if I play the Clergyman, he will come in with flight. Be nice. I just drew Bravery, which is another buff card. Shove in the Clergyman. See, I could put Bravery on it. Why not? Okay. Prosperity. Declare attackers. I'm not going to attack for now. So I don't promise for 1 second I will be any good at this game, but I'll give it a try. So Gareth K is playing himself. So he gives troops +1/+1 each. Well, for a turn is to pay for it there. Fine. Sure, resolve the Mindcaller. Oh, take the free damage. That's fine. Okay. Right, my turn. Throw down Sapphire. Troop gets +1/+1 flight. Why not? Let's throw it on the Phoenix Guard Trainer. Sure, let's throw them both in. What you gonna do, brother? Okay, so that's going to do 6 damage to me. But I'm not really bothered, he's only got 8 health left. So I'll put down a diamond shard, play Oracle Song, target myself of course, see what I get. A frigid buffalo. Wow, it's not a very nice thing to say about the buffalo. But yeah, he's only got 8 health, 7 attack. I'll throw this on the Phoenix Guard. Swing in, that should be the end of Gareth. Only the first match, so obviously pretty easy, didn't have full health, so definitely not something to get cocky about, just a helpful intro. I definitely didn't play optimally there, but you know. Okay. So just talk to Gareth some more, I guess. Yep, I believe so. Hello, Gareth. Maybe. Not gonna talk to me? No? Okay. See quests? No. Am I missing something here? Campaign. Back. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Try and go back in. Oh, so I can make multiple champions, that's good to know. Just in case the human cleric isn't my cup of tea. Yep, loading. Loading, loading, loading. So let's see what chat has to say. Oh. Okay, so according to chat, PvE mode is frozen on loading, so might just be a server thing. Okay, well, I guess I'll wrap up here and then see about making something, another video after the servers are sorted out. So yeah, that's been the very early beginnings of Hex PvE mode. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again in the next part.